Good morning. I'm standing at the back of our 3-acre property on some wood chips that have been piled up here, and they have so far suppressed the weeds and started adding value to the soil. We've got probably over an acre of chips piled up that direction, up slope from where I'm at. And when it rains, it runs, the water looks like blood. I mean, it's got all that compost in there. But we're planning to make basically an orchard out of this. This was old hard dry clay soil, and gonna condition it, get some fruit trees planted, got some bees going on. There's horizontalhive.com has the plans on how to build this one. This is modeled after Keeping Bees with a Smile. There's a book, and easy keeping, not much to do with them other than the guides, what's guided in that book. But you can see the bees going in and out there. It's warm enough today. Enough of that. Another beehive here with bees in it. A little bit of a water source there, not much, but a little bit. Give them a little easy access. We're near a creek, so further down slope there's a creek, and it's got water most of the year. What I wanted to show, this just came out of nowhere. That was goldenrod. It was bloomed out like crazy a little while ago. The bees will eat that, yeah, get some benefit out of that in the fall when there's not much growing. Anyway, I wanted to show kind of what it looks like to have way too many wood chips. You can see up through there how many there are. Made good friends with the tree service, and they were glad to dump here for a good little while. And I've made several piles of last year's mulch. It's just dark black, ready to use compost. And this stuff, you know, it'll continue to break down in place. So it'll fertilize and enrich the soil right where it sits. And also I'll be taking and making some piles and using it up in the garden and giving it to friends, things like that. So this land, you can tell, like this is kind of what it looked like before, just an open field. And you know, there's hard clay, and so basically renovating, terraforming this property. Gonna plant a bunch of fruit trees. There's a few figs down through here just because they were free transplants that came from up by the garden. But you know, gonna eventually have several fruit trees, pecan trees, other trees, and of course the bees out here taking care of it. To get an idea of the scale of all this wood chip mulch. The idea in my mind though is to spread this whole back section here up to the fence with wood chips in a level way, let the soil condition, get some fruit trees, get the bees, start planting other things out here. But yeah, what I wanted to show, you can see out here in some places where there's some mushrooms, some fungus. So I haven't come across any in this area because it's all pretty fresh chips. There's a little bit of fungus coming through. Here's some different type of fungus. Little mushroomish looking things. Got to stop long enough to look for it. A lot of this stuff we'll see around edges of things. There's a pile of mulch from last year's compost. Anyway, this is what it all turns into. And all it takes is time. Really didn't do much to it except go get it and pile it up. But this stuff will grow. You plant that, it's awesome. Here we're coming into a few mushrooms. And the problem with these mushrooms is you can't really, you see mushrooms at the store, you got to be very careful. Actually extremely careful in the fact that do not do it. Shouldn't eat these unless you know somebody that like studies mushrooms, because mushrooms can basically kill you. So if you eat the wrong mushroom, I guess it'd be like eating the wrong jalapeno or habanero or ghost pepper. You would definitely want to know about peppers before you started popping them in your mouth. This is not going to be hot or anything like that. It just make you sick. But the soil, really good for the soil. They seem to like edges, so you can see where they're coming up here right now on the edges of the mulch. There's dirt, closer. So it seems like they need a little bit of dirt, a little bit of wood chips, and they've just exploded. Give you a little shot of it a little bit more. There's our pile of wood chips. Comes logs. Sometimes they get mixed in. That's where all these came from. And this is our biochar pit where we burn them and take these charcoal out and mix it into our soil and our chicken yard and different places, and enrich the soil as well. This is a cone-shaped pit where it blocks the air down at the bottom, and we're burning up some of the surplus logs in there just to make use of it and make it good for the soil. But yeah, you see on this road here that's also wood chips on the edges, all the mushrooms down both sides of that. I mean, if these were edible, you'd be full, that's for sure. See if I can make it over and show you the state of the garden right now while we're out here, where we've brought a lot of those wood chips to. It's this whole area right here that's kind of overgrown at the moment, but all this area is brought in from composted wood chips, and then wood chips as well on the surface. We're about ready to get in here and clean it up a little bit and add another layer on top for the spring. Go ahead and let the rain showers take care of it and then further enrich the soil. There's some leftover bee boxes from a neighbor that's a beekeeper that we end up putting around things. They were in a burn pile. We rescued them, but they keep rabbits and squirrels from getting sprouts and things that are coming up. Of course, there's some fruit trees. Peach tree over there, apple tree, fig tree, bundles over there, nectarine tree. This is our horse stalls. When we clean the stalls out, the stall cleanings go into this pile of wood chips and get mixed in, just so that the flies don't have easy access to the horse poop, and it kind of gets mixed in, and just another way to use up some wood chips. Also fertilizes some of these trees. This is a swale back underneath there that catches the rain on its way off the property, and it hits this wood chip pile and then soaks in and absorbed by that pear tree behind it. Of course, the horses also are standing on wood chips. It just rained, and they're out here able to walk around and not be in a slop pit. So lots of uses for those things. Hope somebody found something interesting. Y'all have a good day.